Hey guys, we're back with the letter. I have school in like an hour, like no less than like 55 minutes now. But I've noticed I have like no backlog of the letter left. Like, hold on, what's unusual? 67, and I think this is 70. Yeah, this is 70. So I was like, I can record one. There. The odd dreams don't linger, thankfully. But with the morning comes another disturbance. Both too loud and too sharp for my taste. So I remember this. Have we merged? I haven't played in like, what, 2 weeks? So it's been a while. Convergence? No. I have very fine tastes. Oh yeah, we're on Luke's out. With the piercing rings of doorbell, which is even the bedroom, very much inclined to think the person who built this place lacks any sense of it. Perhaps the only thing good in this is that the ruckus has chased away the needling guilt from last night's commotion, if only temporarily. Oh yeah, he thought someone was in the bed, but well, it's the ghost. But then you got the knife. So it's a bloody annoying distraction. I can tell already that this is going to be a long day. It hasn't even started. Before that, I could even last another minute, peeling myself off the bed and heading straight for the main door. There will be murder today. A murder today, if this doesn't let up. How quaint. Seems everything in this blasted universe is intent on getting on my nerves as of late.
Gordon Bennett! Only a Nancy would knock at such an ungodly hour!
In the first place, I shouldn't be the one doing this. This is why I hired a valet, for freak's sake. You can tell he's British by this.
Where's
or English
that
is the
damn
difference.
butler when I need him?
I'll be honest, if only for today. With the mansion this quiet at this hour of the morning, it's easy to believe those little ghost stories might be real. What? No. Well, the only horror here is the news Hannah has brought forth yesterday, and the very idea of me being a father. Neither the deafening silence nor the biting chill spreading across every room in the place. My wife is pregnant, bloody bollocks. There's no place for fear when another set of problems already burns that fuel. So I wait for another second. When no butler still answers my call, I simply yank the doors open myself, perhaps with more force than needed. Maybe it should be appropriately there, considering the person on the other side of the door, and the hour he dared appear on my doorstep. Even someone with half a brain knows not to disturb anyone this early. What is it, like 11 a.m.? Brave confusion quickly gives way to anger. Before the bloody photographer can even get a word in, I'm hurling venom at him. It's less than he deserves, really. Anna will disapprove, scold me for treating the photographer with such disrespect. She hears me right now. She seems fond of him, after all, despite meeting him only once or twice. He's merely doing his job, she'll say. But she's not here, isn't she? What she doesn't know.
You? How the hell did you get in here? What in 7 hells do you want? It's bloody 6 in the morning!
Listen, sir, I know this is not a good time.
Oh, it's not a good time! Did you even check the clock before coming here? I bet you didn't!
This is still my home. My rules also apply to this place as much as Hannah's do. No, he didn't check the clock. He checks his phones. Oh, I was gonna make a joke, but what do you call it? Your phone's clock. Ah, man. Simple as that.
Unlike you, the ones living in this house need to sleep.
Just so happens it's also a person I'll never take a liking to. No need for remorse.
Come back when people are actually awake, or I'll call security on you.
He continues shouting even as I slam the door in his face. I wonder why this isn't Convergence. Like, we've seen this scene before. Or maybe it was slightly different? Some nonsense about the news lately that I don't understand most of it. Well, like, he has mentioned, the whole Hannah not being possessed thing. But isn't that just, like, normal? Like, you could just have it converge, but, like, go... Nah, don't get into this, just read. However, when the closed door is muffling the better part of it, no one ears to listen. His tirade doesn't last too long. Eventually he leaves, and silence once again fills the room, as it should. In hindsight, maybe I should also call for psychiatric services. Certainly sounds mental, just screaming like that. Suspicious man like him left roaming the immediate grounds? Nothing good can come of it. But if his presence will indeed bring a problem, sign of bad things to come, probably know soon enough. Hold on, I need to move the windows. OBS, you go over there. Okay. Worst comes to worst, Shirokin will take care of it, if need be. That's what I'm paying him for. In the meantime, the bigger problem at hand. It's not a whim that I've chosen to cook. That wasn't a very good segue. Like, there's that kind of, like from a technical point. And kind of a grinding point, but sure, I have a lot of other things I could have done instead, but cooking distracts me, and I do find it relaxing on the rare occasion I step up to the task. Nasu! I can't get back to sleep after my abrupt awakening earlier. Although I did think about drinking to get some 40 winks, changed my mind at the reminder that my very pregnant wife is sick in bed. I love my alcohol, no doubt, but there are times when even I shouldn't drink. What? Call the press! As it is, I'm running on nothing but 2 cups of coffee. The surprise on Hannah's face is apparent the moment I step into our bedroom holding a breakfast tray. But it quickly changes to a look of delight as I place the tray on the bed.
Good morning. What's all this then? Oh, that does smell good.
I made breakfast. In hindsight, I probably should have prepared something a lot healthier for you.
Oh, don't you fuss. This is absolutely perfect. A little grease isn't going to kill me. Feels like forever since I last had your cooking.
I don't see what you're so enthusiastic for. I'm no master chef. I won't be too mad if you tell Johans to cook something else for you.
Yeah, Luke hasn't even played Halo.
That just means more for me, of course.
I've never played Halo either. I don't have an Xbox, and the early, the first one was on PC, I think, right? But I never played it. Can't wipe the grin off my face when Hannah takes a bite. Looks like she's enjoying what I've made. It'd be a lie to say I'm not good or proud that I can make her happy. Though perhaps I haven't been able to do that as of late. But Hannah needs me now, and that counts for something, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't think I can finish this all. But I should, shouldn't I? After all, I am eating for 3.
I was like, 3? But yeah, it's twins, isn't it? Feel a terrible pit in my stomach at the reminder. Try to fill said pit with food anyway. But bloody heck, I don't think I'm ready to raise a child, let alone 2 of them. There's nothing else that can be done other than to steel myself for fatherhood.
Speaking of you 3, what did Dr. Hobbs say? How are you and the babies?
The physician took some of my blood. We'll go through some other tests tomorrow to make sure we're fine. I know how you hate hospitals, so I asked Johans to drive me there. That way you can have some alone time with Kylie too.
Admit it, you just want to leave me alone with a little tyke without any backup.
Don't be like that. You'll do fine, I'm sure. And she'll love spending the day with her fairy godfather.
Of course, I can't just look at it like it's practice. I do want to be a good father, right? Not like my own, though I don't think any practice in being a parent would have helped him. He hadn't cared about the son he sired until he learned that he was ill and was not long for this world. And even when he did find me, he still cared little. I definitely do not want to be like Damien, right? Oh! Gotta look. Community guides. This one, that's a tough one. I think the care about kids or whatever is probably the better choice. But maybe this is both of them are positive choice. Relationship point guide. Chapter 7, Luke. I'm just worried about you as negative, Hannah. Okay.
I'm just worried about the children, Hannah. I know you
Not
can take
Maxter.
care of yourself just fine. You're one tough cookie.
Look at you, already becoming a great father. One day, when the kids are all grown up, I'll tell them the story of how their dad is being a great big worrywart. Just leave being pregnant to me, alright?
My hands move to Hannah's stomach, which has yet to grow too much beyond its usual size. There's some pudge. Is pudge even a word? Hidden well behind her dresses. Not expecting to feel something, perhaps a kick. They always talk about it, the sensation cements everything. Proof of life that goes beyond a growing belly. But of course, it's far too early for that.
I still can't believe it, you know. I didn't think it would ever happen. We're going to have kids.
A shame. Certainly need grounding. It helped me get my head around what's going on.
How are you feeling about all of this?
I don't know how I feel, actually. Worry's the first thing to come to mind, and I don't think I'll ever stop feeling that. That's what brought this on, isn't it? It'll be awful of me to say that I'm not happy at the news. Excited, even. But that did not stop me from feeling the same fear I had from when Hannah first told me of this. As so afraid. Still am. Never gave thought into being a father until now. I'm already afraid for them, their safety, and the world they would find themselves born into. I'm afraid for them because of me, the guy who will be their father. The only consolation that comes to mind is the fact that they'll have someone like Hannah as their mother. Like I told Miss Pink, never wanted to spawn anything. Can you just call people by their names? Though I truly did not mean to call a child, even an unborn one, an abomination. Of all the people in this room, I'm the one closest to being a monster after all.
I'm alright. You're good, so I don't see why I shouldn't be. I'm not the one carrying a pair of brats around in my belly, am I? Just think about it. 2 tiny humans are inside of you and you're going to swell up.
Bad Ed!
If you can get through this, so can I.
I'm afraid. But the smile that Hannah gives me is enough for me to believe that everything will be fine. We eat the rest of our meal in companionable silence. I shovel some food off my plate onto Hannah's. She makes no comment on it.
Come on then, sunshine. Eat up. Can't have any of you starving on my watch now, can I?
I say it in a joking manner, but I'm entirely serious about making sure they don't starve in every sense of the word. I know it's an impossibility to be lacking when it comes to food, with how well off we are. But there are other things a person can be starved of. Affection. Attention. I really think about a third word that starts with the letter A, but I digress. Soon enough, our plates are cleared and I put them away. There's no objection to it either, as a quiet yawn escapes her lips, and her eyes start to droop. Indeed, their urge to sleep is high after having a full meal with an inviting bed. But sleep isn't what I want or need right now. Let me read that. Come Sunday morning, Luke continued caring for his sick wife, going as far as preparing breakfast for her, putting a smile on Hannah. Even more when he admitted worrying about their children's well-being. When sleep had taken her once again, he simply left her to rest. ... Ominous! I'm quiet as I can be when I make my exit, tray of food in one hand. Anytime there's ... it's ominous in this game. Which I'm quick to pass up to Johans as soon as I see him.
Johans, look
Johans,
after
yeah.
her. I just need to get out.
Stretch my legs, clear my mind, think. I don't think having screaming, crying babies will give me much time for that once Hannah gives birth.
Is everything alright? Should I be worried?
Everything is good. Really. Best I've ever felt in quite some time, I think.
Well, I think that's cause for concern. Shall I expect to find a corpse in need of cleanup?
I can only shake my head and grin. The deadpan delivery both amusing me, make me wonder if he's joking or not. It could easily be half and half. There's been an instant or two where that did happen. But I don't give him an answer. Let him keep guessing. Step out for a breath of fresh air. Gray skies loom over in the horizon, though the sun fights for every precious minute it gets to stay. It'll rain again soon, with the wind bringing along the glooming clouds normal to let's burn. Till then, it doesn't hurt to be out here for fresh air and sunshine. I walk to the gardens, what little of it there is at the moment anyway, and kneel by the daffodils. These were the first to be brought here and planted on my request, and if nothing else, they brought in a sense of peace. They're my mother's favorite. We've converged, haven't we? Maybe? Possibly? No? But... no, that's probably like Hannah possessed. Closing my eyes, lift my chin up to welcome this light that shines upon me. And for a minute, I can imagine myself as one of these flowers. Just imagining Luke in like a flower costume. Peaceful, blooming, all too happy to stay in its warmth. Life would be much easier if we were all like flowers, wouldn't it? But I didn't step out here to get all philosophical. Their problem is much more practical than figuring out the meaning of life after all. Too many things have gone on these past few days. And I want to forget about them, even for just a moment.
It's almost all saints, isn't it? To think I've almost forgotten.
I speak the words absent-mindedly. The date means nothing to me, as I neither worship the religion nor have any graves to visit. After all, Mother's never been given a proper burial. But it's a date, as good as any, for me to grieve. Otherwise, I would have done so every single day, crippling myself and shutting everyone else out. I can remember how the flames licked at her flesh, and how it consumed her body, until there's nothing left but ash. Stood there watching with the operator and a social service worker. They could have been alone for all I cared. I felt alone. It's the most that could be done. No one would attend the funeral of a dead prostitute, let alone pay for it. Have we converged? Oh yeah, okay, we had read that, okay. Yeah, the top one. Been thinking of both my dear parents far too much as of late, when I shouldn't. I have a future to look forward to, and the present to take care of. These memories of the past give me nothing but grief. The life of Lucille Mitchell Chandler should be nothing but a footnote in Luke Wright's non-existent autobiography. It's because of Hannah, isn't it? I worry that she's all too much like Mother that it scares me. The thought that I'm turning into my father is even more so. But even if history is still set to repeat itself, not a child anymore. Content to sit aside, unable to do anything to help, and too inexperienced to think that the worst wouldn't happen. I have money to buy the best medicines and doctors, if need be. She'll get better. She has to. Once we get out of this little bump in the road, I can stop worrying. All will be right with the world. Unfortunately, my time alone is cut short, though.
I think those flowers look beautiful, my lord.
Is that the ghost?
The parlor, the room where the lady stays for her tea. It could certainly use some.
The voice is not familiar, though I'm not really one to remember such things. It's the ghost! But she's not a ghost. She's hot. Going with her attire, I'd say she's one of the housekeepers. Strange, considering I've sent all the staff of Johan's away. You see, you can tell by the necklace. And her face, as pretty as it is unfamiliar to me. You know, if, her appearing wasn't, obvious enough. It'd be a lie if I said it didn't set me on edge. Most would say I cared little for my employees. That isn't entirely untrue. However, I'd like to think I know the people who work for me, especially those who own my home, even if it's just a face and a name. Besides, I don't remember a beauty such as her. So who is this? She's someone impersonating a household staff to get in. She's doing a bad job of it.
Didn't you get the memo? Are you new? Today is a day off. You aren't supposed to be here.
Expect poor excuses and apologies the likes of her often give, but she merely smiles.
Oh, no. I've been a servant here since you first came.
I see no sense of lying, or hear it in her words. Yeah, they can't be true. But I feel like I can relax. But I find that I feel like I can relax. Just the sort of smile that makes one's kindness shine through without words or actions. You choose her eyes, filling them with a strange sort of mirth, so she suddenly thought something very funny. I feel like there's something off about her voice acting. I'm not sure what it is. Like, maybe it's just her voice, or is the audio quality different? I don't think so, but something's off, basically. Perhaps had it been any other person, I would have interpreted it as a deceitful grin. Or maybe it's just because I've never heard the voice before, I'm like, I still don't really like it. Because I was that way with a lot of the characters at first. I was like, this voice acting, like, it's okay. But I think most of the voice actors are pretty good. There's I don't really like Marianne's, but I agree. No. Some are better than others, faces. Okay, I lagged. But the curl of her lips and the shine of her eyes are too soft to hold any malice. She takes my silence as a sign that she can continue. It's not like I feel any urgency to stop her. Also, is this a new song? I don't think we've heard it before. Not really in the mood for company. But I'm not averse to it at the moment either. Entertaining a beauty like her, even for a little while, wouldn't hurt. Luke! She's, hypnotizing you! Don't fall for it! It helps that she proves easy to listen to, despite how oddly she speaks.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I shouldn't have bothered you. Look at me, talking to the master of the house without even asking for permission. What will the others think?
Yeah, there's something odd about her voice acting.
If you'll excuse me, I'll just...
I haven't driven you away yet, have I? And it's your day off. I don't see why we can't chat a bit.
Of course. If that is what you wish. As long as it does not get you into trouble with the lady. To even take time for someone as lowly as me. No wonder that everyone under the mansion's employ is so fond of you. Though it should have no longer been a surprise to me. You have always been such a kind and loving lord.
I think he's just a voice actress. I've just stopped myself from calling her out on her stuffy. It's almost as on her stoof, maybe? It's almost as if she's talking about an entirely different man. No matter how big my ego gets, I know for a fact that I'm hardly in the running for Best Boss of the Year award. The only reason that most of my staff stay is because of decent compensation, not cheap. But if she wants to lay it on thick, I'll allow it. Who wouldn't want a beautiful woman complimenting them?
I'm sure she'll be fine with this. We are just talking after all. Unless you had other things on your mind when you approached me.
No, lewd! The words leave my mouth before I even realize what I said. I panic a bit. Though I can get away with picking up women out of the city, sometimes even out of the county, always taking care not to do it so in my home or in my businesses. Not when it will be so easy for Hannah to find out about my infidelity through through these channels. No, seriously, still don't see what the big deal about it is. Just have seriously, Luke, come on! I've been trying so hard to defend you, and you're like, I mean, cheating's not a big deal. Come on, Luke. I just have an training to scratch.
I know it must be amusing to see a girl flustered for a man of your stature, but please don't say such things, my lord. I saw you alone and simply thought you could use some company.
Unless the ghost like is like using ghost powers to like mind control him. But I mean, does the ghost have mind control powers? I don't think so. Thankfully, and I do count my lucky stars, seems the woman takes it as a joke rather than the casual pass it was intended to be.
So how are you liking your work around the mansion? The place is wonderful, but I imagine the upkeep is ungodly with all the rooms and whatnot. I don't even want to think about how many people are on the staff roster.
Work is work, my lord. It is a way of living, a purpose from day to day. It is certainly far better than doing nothing or having no food to eat. The house itself is also beautiful. There's no lack of things to look at. I'm sure you've seen those books in the study.
Why did she say beautiful weirdly?
I can't read any of them yet, but if given the chance, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be thinking of those things, especially when the rains, they might bring more work to us soon. It will definitely be much more difficult when it returns. Idling about is the least I should be doing.
I guess you can put it that way if you want to be brutally honest about the whole thing. And the rain shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully. Maybe.
I'm a little dreary, at least she doesn't beat around the bush. I like the honesty. Many would bemoan their status as a household staff, as a janitor or other menial role, and believe themselves to be for greater things. But I would not begrudge the idea that one could always get better. But one shouldn't be so discontent with what they have either.
The rain is something I simply must get accustomed to, if I am to live here. I've not spent long in this place after all, but I have been told that it has rained in this nation since a mother's time, and their mother's time. There is little we can do about it. I am just glad to have time in the sun, even for a short while.
Isn't that the truth? Really, these sunny days have been welcome, though I can't imagine they'll last for long. Sometimes I just want to pack my things and leave for somewhere like, say, the Bahamas or whatnot. Get some sun and surf.
But certainly, you will return for us, won't you? This is your home, after all. Your people. They won't be pleased if the master of the house leaves.
Of course, I can't very well leave my businesses hanging here, can I? I just wish I could actually trust people enough to go on vacation without taking work with me. I've also got to get back here if I ever want proper meals. A proper pudding is something you'll never find out there.
The woman nods in understanding. I must say that she makes for a fine listening ear. Though what she says next gives me pause, whether she meant for me to hear it or not.
And good tea. From what the cook has been telling me, I've yet learned how to prepare one. Perhaps once I do, it would endear the lady of the house to me. I never expected her to be so unkind after what she did for me.
Oh, she's doing the good old Hannah is evil technique.
Though it's only if one catches her in a foul mood. I wish I knew how to avoid her anger.
I highly doubt she means Hannah. Oh! Right, she's talking about, you know, the ghost one. That woman really has a mean bone in her body. When she actually is nasty towards someone else, it's usually deserving enough. Much like with that real shell woman. Heck, she even tolerates Harvey for me. Even if she did admit that she doesn't quite like the man. She must be in the head housemaid, right? What was that? I think she had like drills, right? Like the blonde drill lady and all the stained glass and stuff. Portraits. That's something. It's something like Elizabeth or something. Something oldie. Oldie, yeah, you go what I mean. I have to laugh at that. Now that I have room to speak, I don't deal with her myself anymore. Though even Johan said a few choice words about the head hag. She's been under the right employee since when she was also the head housemaid for my father. If anyone's not going to get along with someone, be that crotchety old woman. I don't even remember her name. You don't remember anyone's name. But that woman had been the strict, upstart girl, because I respect woman, who took one look at me. Her master's Guy son. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Turned her nose up, as if she were better by mere consequence of birth. And then she absolutely loathed my very existence. Perhaps the rumors have been true. She had a miscarriage while bearing another one of my dearest father's children. She saw me as an obstacle to her being granted a better standing in life. I remember that much, at least. The only reason I haven't sacked her yet is because of her competence. Also because working under my household makes her absolutely miserable, her resignation made impossible by her pride.
Nobody really gets along with that woman. I think everyone just tolerates her because of how old she is. I mean, not to be rude or awful or anything, but she's at the age where she'll be pushing daisies soon enough.
Is she? Really, my lord? I'm sure the lady is much younger than that.
I think the thought of tormenting the young and beautiful gives her reason to live.
It does seem that way. Though I feel sorry for her. One's life should not be wasted away on hatred and anger. It is never good for the heart or the head to always carry ill thoughts. But at the least, you are here for us. We are certainly so lucky to have a lord like you. The lady even more so. The gods smile down on her. Though, if I may be honest, she is to be envied.
Even when I have my suspicions about her, she's just so easy to talk with that I've forgotten. I don't know who she is. She's actually from the household staff. That explains why she should so easily give obviously wrong statements about my character. Though if she is here for malicious reasons, she would have done more than do small talk with me by now, wouldn't she? So many questions. Perhaps curiosity will kill this cat.
It's strange that I've never seen you before. What's your name?
You do not remember?
I don't believe you've mentioned it, or am I missing something?
You still cannot comprehend it. Can you, my lord?
So she just thinks he's the guy on all the paintings. Is that it? Her answer chips away at the good mood I'm starting to get into. I'm every right to be angry at the cryptic response. She threatens insubordination with her very presence alone. But instead of hurling, how do you say it, vitriol at the woman? Take a deep breath. I do not want my mood ruined further than what it already is. Not right now when I can let my temper take its course another time.
Whatever your name is, and no matter how long you've been working for us, that does not change the fact that you shouldn't be here. I'll call you a cab to bring you to the city if you want.
Shouldn't I? What if I do not wish to? I merely desire to stay by your side and serve. Is that such a deplorable thing?
The music changed! Her gaze sends chills down my spine. It's too easy to see the devotion, the obsession in her eyes. Not the good sort either, as her scrutiny makes me feel like I'm laid bare. The offness in her presence is all the more palpable with the feeling of bugs crawling on my skin. The silence that makes it seem as if the world has stopped. Any friendly atmosphere we might have had going for us is completely forgotten. Danger. Small part of me in the back of my mind screams. The part that has kept me alive all these years. And in hindsight, I'd be stupid not to take heed of it. What if you're arrogant, complacent, content to hide behind wealth and power?
Yes, it's a deplorable thing, as you said, because I'd like to be alone now. Thank you very much. If you didn't want the day off, you should have reported to your superior. This is utterly unprofessional of you, and I shall be issuing complaints. In fact, if you know it's good for you, you should start looking for another employer.
It's in my throat that the smile on her face turns tight.
I see. It escapes you still. This is unfortunate. How despairing that this misery must go on. But maybe if you come with me, I can help you.
She said I can help you, but it cut off the line there. Introduce yourself for me. I recoil with a hiss.
How dare you lay your filthy hands on me without my permission? I am not going anywhere with you. Now step back and walk away before I have you forcibly removed.
As if a switch had been flipped, the woman's expression turns horrific. Although that may very well be the understatement of the century. She herself turns horrific. Her presence is suffocating, bearing down on me. I'm rooted down on the spot, though through no fault of my own, as my fear paralyzes.
You are too much like that vile woman. Poisoned by her rotten influence and her filthy words. But that can be remedied now that you're here. Oh, how we have waited to welcome you home. Come, my lord. The house beckons.
Luke, you better run. When I finger grasped the back of my coat, I finally found an enemy to break off into a run. Still feel her eyes on me as I run back to the house. But I refuse to acknowledge it, let alone look back. All I need is to get away from her and to make sure she stays away. If that means acting like a coward and seeking out company to keep me safe, nobody can tell me to do otherwise. Bravery isn't something to be Lauded? Lauded? Lauded. It's lauded, isn't it? If it comes along with stupidity. Okay. We're in the 30th. Okay. We're almost there. So let's read that and I'll call the episode. Wanting some alone time and fresh air, Luke excused himself, lingering in the gardens as he remembered the memory of his late mother. Suddenly, a beautiful woman appeared by his side, striking up a conversation with him. It was all pleasant at first, until... Okay. So I'll see you guys next time with some more... I almost said the house in Fata Morgana. I've been recording a ton of that lately. I love that game. I don't want to say that I don't like this game, but it's so much better than this. I don't mean that in a bad way. Just the house in Fata Morgana is actually amazing. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.